Look at Justin Chua, how aggressive is he today? 4 points.
And that's not what we normally see from him. We know he can hit the mid-range shot, but we know that he still has a lot to work in terms of his mobility and his moves in the paint.
Seems to be pretty fast and aggressive today. Outside shot by Mike Reyes doesn't go. Ateneo looking to push it long. Lobs it inside. Salamat had the height advantage over Reyes and gets his first bucket of the game. Salamat picking up Reyes. Very low options for UP in this defensive set. Ball. Open is Padilla for 3. 2 against 3 here for Ateneo. They don't like the numbers. They wait. Salamat, the fake, kicks it out. Still plenty of time on the shot clock for the Blue Eagles. Salamat from the other side. Almost a turnover there for UP. Reyes from the elbow. 0 for 2 for Mike Reyes from the field today.
But regardless of some of the last misses of UP, we're seeing UP with a lot of open shots. And I'm sure Coach Ronald Black is not quite happy with the kind of defensive rotation his boys are showing.
Go against Chua. Wow, look at that.
Look at the confidence of Woody Cole with this outside shot, no matter who's in front of him.
And a timeout called here by Coach Norman Black, brought to us by Samsung. Turn on tomorrow. 3-point shot there by Kirk Long, brought to you by Mentos Rainbow, because it's better to know what's coming next. And here's our Yakisobrang move, brought to you by Nissin Yakisoba. Nissin Yakisobrang Sarap. Good find by Ateneo. The mismatch, Salamat versus Mikey Reyes, and quickly Coach Moyet Fernandez recognizing that mismatch and pulls out Reyes and puts in their leading scorer, Mike Silungan.
Now look at how big UP's 5 is on the floor. No player is below 6'2".
And Silungan leading the break here. Pass a little too strong. He has to pull back. Martin Reyes for 3.
Well, that was a 2-on-5 situation, but can't blame him. He hit a shot earlier, and he does have that license to shoot, and he did get an open look.
29.8% from beyond the arc this season is Martin Reyes. Salamat dumps it down. Buenafed.
Wow. Wow, look at that patience of Ateneo to break down and dismantle that 1-2-2 defense of UP.
Just to show you how tight this game is, there have been 4 deadlocks already in the game. And that's the first lead change as Ateneo grabs the lead by 2, 13-11. With under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Goal for 3. He's been on the mark inside the paint, or within the perimeter, right? But not too accurate yet from beyond the arc.
You know, so far the irony of this UP offense is, even though they are bigger on the floor, they haven't had much points in the paint. They've been relegating themselves to outside shots.
Speaking of outside shots, second miss from beyond the arc.
And maybe that's why they're not going in the paint too much. Because Ateneo does have shot blockers on the floor.
13-11, Ateneo on top by 2. Timeout from Samsung. Turn on tomorrow.
Nico Salva for Frank Golga.
Excellent ball movement here by Ateneo on our Powerade hyper play of the quarter. Get back on defense. Push the ball on offense. Step up your game with Powerade. And there's a Rexona men shot block against Martin Reyes. Do Rexona men unbeatable defense against Suet. Back to live action. In the first quarter of the first game of our Saturday showcase, Ateneo at 5-2 in the standings. Trying to catch up with Adamson at 6-2, while UP still seeking their first win of season 73. Long inside to Salva, who's on the floor for the first time. One court as well is in right now for Ateneo.
Justin Chua again. Perfect from the floor, Eric. He is 4 out of 4 for 8 points. Add to that, he's got 3 rebounds and a shot block.
Chua just seems to get better and better each game. Martin Reyes looking for Buruena.
Miscommunication there. He thought Buruena was going to roll to the basket.
And look at Chua try to avoid that bullet pass from Buenafe to Kirk Long. Long spinning away from trouble. Let's get our first report from Jessica Mendoza on the Samson Courtside Update. Turn on tomorrow.
Eric, Coach Norman Black is a very positive person, but he still doesn't want to take that last UP game for granted. He wants the boys to really kick back on defense, and he said, we want to sprint back, and if they're going to give up points, we're going to give them up at the half, from the outside. He told me earlier, and in that last huddle, he told them to put pressure on the basketball and to play them at half court. Now, you're right about those rotations too, TJ. Coach doesn't want to see the boys switching unnecessarily. Now, all this is geared towards the goal of getting into the top 2 here in the second round, Eric and TJ.
Thanks, Jessica. And now let's send it over courtside to Ricky Flores.
Well, Eric, earlier before the game, Jessica Mendoza mentioned that Coach Norman Black was going to be very alert about some of the changes offensively and defensively that the Bruins were going to make. Well, Coach Boyd Fernandez did just that in preparation for today's game. This past week, the Maroons were fed a lot of defensive drills in practice. And he actually told the boys, if we limit Ateneo to 60 points, we have a good chance of beating them today. And you know, last time UP went up against Ateneo, they won the first quarter in terms of points scored. I believe that was 13-12. If UP started strong that game, no doubt, but today Coach Boyd wants them to finish strong this time. Eric and TJ?
Thanks, Ricky, for that Samson Courtside Update. Turn on tomorrow. Well, hustling is no problem for UP, as you saw Mikey Reyes in the steal and the finish. And now UP is up on top, second lead change of the game at 16-15.
Wow, look at the activity of UP's 1-2-2 zone, especially high up in the perimeter, giving Ateneo a difficult time to operate. Look at that nice tip by Manuel, picked up by Reyes, and then Manuel streaks down court to complete what he started.
Corneto, fast break. Sarap ng fast break na yun, ah. Parang select ng Corneto. Sarap ng 20. Salvas, first attempt from the field. Yes.
Well, it looks like Nico's going to have to operate in a different area than where he's really comfortable at. Maybe in the baseline, you'll see more shots from him like you saw from Nico, from Justin Chua earlier. Because with the 1-2-2 zone of UP, that elbow area where Nico Salva normally operates is going to be very clogged. If in a 1-2-2, you have 3 defenders up in that perimeter.
Take a look here at the Nico Salva shot from the corner. Solmiuk's insta-cool play, high performance of the quarter. Solmiuk's 2-tap with insta-cool comp relief. Well, that's a test, 2 tests of a great player. If you can find a way to score when your regular options are taken away from you.
Yep. Gonna have to adjust where he picks his spots on the floor.
Austria from outside doesn't beat the buzzer. And at the end of 10, it is Ateneo on top by 1. 17-16. There's been 4 lead changes. Or make that 3 lead changes and 4 deadlocks. Let's take a look at the score at the end of the first quarter. Score update brought to you by KFC UAAP Snack Box. Score for your school with You Shoot Your Vote promo by KFC. And the leading scorer for Ateneo is Justin Chua with 8, 4 out of 4 from the field, and he deserves to be our Jollibee champ. Big burger goodness like no other. We'll be back with second quarter action right after these. Ateneo adding more heft to their front line, puts in Jumbo Escueta for the first time. While if you look at UP's lineup, they are lean and you can say long, but these are very small kids, but very quick ones. Montfort
for 3.
That's his first 3 of the game.
Speaking of quick, Eman Montfort there, finding a way to break that defense of UP. It always hurts to get hit by a 3-point shot when you're playing zone.
Montfort taking it away from Mikey Reyes. Montfort.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, impressive. It's the little man.
Hang time below the rim, but hang time nonetheless by the 2 little guys on the floor.
Second foul with number 9, Mikey Reyes.
Here's our 3-point shot brought to you by Mentos Rainbow, because it's better to know what's coming next. Eman Montfort knocked it from the outside. And here's our Alaksan FR Arayko Galinko shot of the game. Alaksan FR Arayko Galinko. Maybe a little gulang there on the side of Montfort as he uses off arm to protect the leather. He gets the conventional 3-point play. 6 points for Montfort, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. The entire starting lineup for both teams have now been replaced. As you see, Hipolito barely draw iron there.
Again, UP still relegated to shooting from the outside by Ateneo's tight defense in the paint. Eman Monfort, what did you have during the quarter break, kid? 9 straight points.
He shared a meal with Justin Chu, and that's
There
what
you
happened.
go.
26-16 Ateneo on top by 10. Timeout from Samson. Turn on tomorrow. 3-point shot brought to you by Samson, because it's better to know what's coming next. Eman Monfort powering the ultra-fast and mega explosive run by Ateneo. In just 66 seconds, Ateneo scored 9 points to go up by 10, 26-16. And UP does not even know what hit them.
It just happened so quick. Like a Manny Pacquiao combination that just knocks you off. You started the round.
It's a 9-punch combination.
I know. Within a minute and 6 seconds. Amazing.
Salva as a traveler. That halts the 9-0 run by Ateneo right there. Take a look at the infraction by Salva on our Samsung instant replay. Samsung turn on tomorrow. UP now second-guessing themselves the field.
There you go.
And Silungan bails them out of that.
That's finally good, patient ball rotation. And credit that to Saret, not allowing the ball to stay long in his hands at the top of the key, knowing that Silungan was briefly open at the wing, quickly rotating that to him.
First field goal by Mike Silungan, who averages 13.3 points.
Oh man, he's not yet done.
Wow. 12 points now.
Jessica, I'm serious. Find out what this kid ate, please. We gotta have some of that.
Inside, the season ball gets slapped away by De La Cruz. Monfort finding the open De La Cruz. Great two-man play by De La Cruz and Monfort.
So he was not doing the scoring. He can do the passing as well. Nice drop pass to Art De La Cruz Jr., who does what he does best, the floater in the paint. All of a sudden, it's opening up a 12-point lead.
De La Cruz averaging 5 points a ball game for Ateneo. That's a little off for Season. Ateneo now on a roll, and UP is stuck at 19 since the first start of the first, that second quarter. Let's listen to this report by Jessica Mendoza.
Eric and TJ. Well, TJ, I'm going to try and find out for you what Eman Monfort has been eating, but I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't that burger that you were eating earlier. Now, for this quarter, though, Coach Norman Black wants the Blue Eagles first to recognize the shooters on the court and to defend against them accordingly. Second, he and the rest of the coaching staff want them to take advantage of Eman Monfort's shooting without getting distracted or letting go of their plays. Finally, Coach Norman told the boys to make like they're in a club and to put their hands up. We got to keep up the intensity on defense now, guys. He told the boys. Eric and TJ.
Thanks, Jessica, for that Samsung courtside update. Turn on tomorrow. 12 points for Monfort, all in the second quarter. 3 out of 3 from beyond the arc in the second quarter as well. Monfort getting the loose ball. And Ateneo, according to the instructions of Coach Norman Black, ought to ride Monfort until they bleed him dry here in the first half. When he's hot, use him. Johnson now against Reyes. 7 on the shot clock. Tough shot by Johnson. Can't get it to fall. Silungan using the cross screen. Coming down to 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Saret splits the defense. Whoa. Open to Silungan for 3. Cool. Season picks up the loose ball and puts it back in.
Well, those are the only few times they score in the paint. It's when they get offensive rebounds.
Let's send this one over to Ricky Flores.
Man, you gotta hand it to Coach Boyd Fernandez. It's like he already knows his team really well, which is why he called for that timeout 2 minutes into the game pa lang. And the first thing he told his boys was, relax. You know, he knows that they get really, really panicky when the opponent makes runs, which is what Monfort did, shooting those threes, and those were signs already. And you know, it's really comforting to note that after that leadership conflict they had last game, players like Mike Silungan, who's just a rookie, were already speaking up in the timeouts, telling his teammates to focus